With the entire NBA enjoying a much-deserved break thanks to All-Star Weekend, this means we're now on the home stretch to the playoffs. But before the Raptors play their final set of games, let's take a look back and review how their crazy season has gone so far, and how the rapid growth of our young core has led to promising results sooner than expected. But guys, before we get into the video, please remember to give this video a like, share and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate any support you're willing to give. And also, if you could give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok at SportsButCasually, I would really love that as well. Both links to those socials are in a link tree in the description below. Now let's get into everything. Alright, so coming into the All-Star break, the Raptors sit 7th in the Eastern Conference with a record of 32-25, which also happens to be the 13th best record in the entire league. Guys, I didn't really expect us to be this good. I did think we would be a play-in team, but I was thinking more of like a 9-10 seed, closer to that 500 range, but we've been doing an excellent job so far. I expected this season to be more of a rebuilding season. You know, we have to work through some things on both ends of the court. We're still a pretty young team, and most importantly, it's our first year without Kyle. So I did expect us to struggle a bit. Granted, we did go through our struggles, but that was more early on in the season, and especially kicking it into 2022, we have been kind of rolling. With all that being said, we're not a perfect team. You know, our offensive and defensive schemes still have holes in them, but this is a very solid team right now. We're well coached, and our players are stepping up. But you know, in a way, I was kind of right. I thought it would be a development season, and it has been. But the development has been from our starters, not our bench as I thought. That's because our bench, especially early on in the season, has been ass. It's been trash, they've been cheeks, they've been doo-doo, whatever you want to call them. They've not been good. It does suck that, you know, young guys like Flynn aren't getting a lot of minutes. The only young guys really getting minutes on this team is Scottie, who's playing a lot. Banton's kind of getting some minutes. He was in the rotation, fell out, and now he's back in. And Achiuwa. But I cannot really blame Nick for that, because whenever our bench did get into the games, they would kill all our momentum, give up whatever lead we had, or fall back even further. He's been keeping the rotations a lot shorter. And while that can be annoying, it's the best way for us to win games. And Nick Nurse has to win games in order to stay employed, so I can't really blame him there. But recently, our bench has been doing a lot better. You know, Boucher and Achiuwa have been really stepping up for us. Banton, he's been okay, I guess. And we recently acquired Thaddeus Young. He's played a couple games for us, but he's still relatively new to our system. So once he's kind of more familiar with the team and our system, I do expect our bench production to go up a lot more post All-Star break. But it all really comes down to our starting five. I think if they can remain healthy and keep performing the way they are, that we could finish this season very strong. Freddie and Pascal are playing at an all-star level. I would even argue an all-NBA level, but that is another argument for a different day. OG is looking like he's going to make a much-deserved all-defensive team. GTJ is a tough shot-taking two-way menace, and Scottie Barnes is right in the thick of the Rookie of the Year race. We literally have one of the best starting fives in the entire league, hands down. Honestly, I still think we haven't even seen the full potential of our starting lineup yet. Even though they have played a lot of minutes together, that is because our guys just play a lot of minutes. And thanks to 4 overtime periods. But they've only played 18 games together, which is insane. That's less than 32% of the games we played for the entire season so far. It really just goes to show you how banged up our guys have been in and out of the lineup this season. And in those 18 games, we have a record of 12-6. So it's safe to say that the lineup is very effective. I do have my concerns about this team health-wise, especially our starting five. You know, they've been in and out of the lineup due to different injuries. And it doesn't help the fact that all 5 of them are in the top 15 in minutes per game, with Raptors players taking the 1st, 2nd, and 4th spot on that list. Nick Nurse is killing them. Switching over to our play on the court, and our main struggle has come on the offensive side of the ball. Our half-court offense is pretty bad, and we do struggle to put the ball in the basket from time to time. One of the major things I don't like about this team so far is that we're very isolation heavy when it comes to scoring the ball. And even though we're very ISO driven, we're not the most effective at it. And that very heavy isolation type of play is one of the main reasons why we have not so many assists so far this season. I would like to see more ball movement on this team. I think it would do wonders for them. But I will admit that is more of a personal preference of mine. Our guys are capable of taking, creating, and making their own shots. And if Nick Nurse thinks that this ISO heavy style of play will be the most effective for us and lead us to more victories, then who am I to argue with that mad genius? I'll tell you what usually makes up for this ISO game is our defense and our hustling. That is the bread and butter of this team. Creating turnovers, scoring in transition, scoring in the fast break, getting those offensive boards and putting up and making those second chance points. This is when this team is at its best. Another thing I love about our defense is that even though we play aggressively and force a lot of turnovers, we don't really foul that much, which is smart and disciplined defense. Now let's transition to the rest of the season for the Raptors and take a look at our schedule post All-Star break. We actually have the most games to play with 25, and our schedule, to me, is pretty difficult. Now it is true we have the second easiest strength of schedule among Eastern Conference playoff teams for the rest of the year, but that schedule is still filled with some pretty good teams to play. With only 7 of those games against teams not currently in a play-in spot, it's still gonna be a dogfight. I mean, it's the NBA. Victory is never guaranteed. With all that being said, I realistically see the Raptors winning at least 13 games on that schedule, with a chance of sneaking out of the play-in tournament. But I do doubt that. Whatever happens, I just hope that these guys remain healthy and our bench pulls themselves together and contributes a little more. And hopefully we make it back into the playoffs, where we belong. Now guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed, just listening to my thoughts about the Raptors season so far and what I think would happen for us going forward for the rest of the season. If you want to hear more of my thoughts and breakdown of each player's performance for the season so far, then head over to my TikTok page where I'll be doing just that. I think I dropped about 2 or 3 episodes by the time y'all are seeing this. So yeah, go and follow me there and check it out. Now Raptors fans, Raptors Nation, let me know what y'all thought was the biggest surprise for the Raptors season so far, and how many wins do you think the Raptors would finish the season with? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in my comments below. I do plan on doing a more in-depth review of the Raptors season after the playoffs, so you all have that to look forward to in a couple of months. But until then, I shall see you all next time for my next video. You all stay safe and take care.